welcome. It is Buies Wealth with Trajan Wealth. I'm Rusty Humphries. He is Jeff Jr. He's the star of the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are you getting people asking for autographs yet?
Not yet. Not yet. Far from it. Maybe my wife and kids.
Do me a favor. If you see Jeff Jr. out, go and interrupt him at dinner. Just walk right up. As a matter of fact, what he likes to do is buy people dinner if they interrupt him with his family. So go and don't. You can interrupt him, but he ain't buying you nothing. But he'll help you with your money.
Right? There you go. Absolutely.
You know, one thing you could do is interrupt him at dinner and then work with him at Trajan Wealth. And then as you start succeeding more with your retirement goals, you can buy better dinners maybe.
Or they can ask me questions about Social Security. Maybe not at dinner, but that's our topic today.
Social Security. Okay, let's get into it instead of me just going all over the place, which is what I do. So Social Security, you're supposed to start taking Social Security at 65, but you can do it at 62.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How does that work, and what do I want? What should you do?
I wish there was a one-size-fits-all as far as Social Security. Social Security can be very complex. I'll give you a couple ages. 62 is the earliest that you can start claiming, and 70 is the latest that you want to start claiming.
Okay.
Now, every year that you wait to start drawing Social Security, it grows by 8%. So it's a pretty good benefit. The growth is, that is.
So to make more money, you wait longer.
To make more money, you wait longer.
Okay.
Because again, they're using actuarial tables. They're just figuring out when you're going to die. So the longer you wait, the closer you're to dying. Okay. So the more they can afford to pay you.
Okay. So do you have a suggestion for people? Do you normally think that one's better than the other? But it's really not.
I wish it were that easy, but it really all depends on the financial situation. So 62 is the earliest that you can start claiming. So if you don't have any other income coming in, and you need as much income as you can, and you're reliant on Social Security, then I'd say start claiming as soon as you're eligible, which is age 62.
Okay. So that's one of the things you should consider. There's a lot of things to consider. Anything else?
There are considerations.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I've heard where people say, if you need, or start drawing Social Security as early as 62 because you never know when you're going to die. That's an option, but the problem with that is that you start forfeiting your benefits before full retirement age. So that's another age that you listed. Right. You said 65.
Right.
So full retirement, depending on your birthday, is either between 65, 66, or 67, depending on your birthday. So if you wait until your full retirement, then you don't have to forfeit some of your benefit.
Do I look confused?
It is confusing.
But depending on my birthday, is it because if my birthday's in August, I should wait longer than somebody in March, or is it different than that?
It's that. So it depends when your birthday falls within that year. So they keep on changing the rules with Social Security to account for longevity, because we continue to live longer. So full retirement used to be 65, but now it's 66, 67, depending on when you were born.
So since I'm not going to die for a long time, I should wait longer, more likely.
Ideally, if you're not going to die for a long time, you're going to live till 126, I think you told me. 126 was your number?
Because you can tell by looking at me, I've got that going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you are 114 now.
That's right. Listen, I look good for 80. Right? I mean, as 80-year-old man, I look good. I'm not 80, but if I was, I'd be looking good.
So assuming you're going to live a long time, right? And assuming you can afford to wait, I'd recommend waiting until 70. Okay. But again, it goes back to, if you need that income, take it when you need it.
Okay, what about working? Can I continue to work and take Social Security?
You can, but it goes back to full retirement or early retirement. So if you take early retirement, which is age 62 through 66, 67, which again is full retirement, you still can work, but you're going to give up $1 for every $2 if you earn more than the threshold. But you want to know the kicker?
Yeah.
The threshold is only $18,000 a year.
So after $18,000,
then they're going to start taking some of that benefit away from you.
Well, that's not very nice.
It isn't nice, especially when we paid into it.
Right. I mean,
and it's your money.
Right. It's Social Security is a tough one. Now,
it's crazy.
There's a thing if you're married and there's a strategy to max out benefits or something. I remember hearing something about that.
There used to be a provision about a year or two they really got rid of it. That's actually a good question, and a lot of people believe it was called file and suspend, where you could file Social Security and then suspend it and then take the benefits on your spouse. But that no longer exists. They got rid of that about a year or two ago now. So.
They're just not going to make it
Unfortunately,
easy.
they're not going to make it easy.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, it's not easy to retire.
It's not.
No.
It's very difficult to retire, and there's a lot of different choices that you have when it comes to Social Security and even your own money.
Well, and the best way to find out about it is to work with your team at Trajan Wealth, right?
I agree. Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do you do if somebody comes in and says, I'm getting close to that 62, trying to figure out what to do?
Well,
what do you guys talk about?
I always say that the best plan is to start early. You know, there's one thing that you're never going to have, and that's time. You're never going to have more time than what you have right now. Right. So planning early and starting early is your best defense and offense to a properly structured retirement. So just start early.
Just start as early as you can. If I were you, I would go right now to TrajanWealth.com, find out more information, and then call this number right here and get a hold of somebody on Jeff Jr.'s team, because they know what they're doing.
That's right. And I'll also add to it, it's never too late. You know, you want to start early, but also it's never too late. You know, don't get into the mindset where it's just too late for me. If nothing else, we want to make sure that your beneficiaries are taken care of as well. So we can help plan for you for the remainder of your years, but also take care of your beneficiaries. The last thing that you want to leave them is a big mess, but also a big tax problem. It's just a burden.
Is it hard to work with you guys? I mean, is it all these tons of, I imagine tons of paperwork. It's going to take hours and hours and hours.
Very easy. Okay. Very easy. I always say that we have hearts of teachers. Our job is to teach and educate you, not sell you. So you're never going to be sold. We're going to teach and educate you. And we'll teach and educate you at your level, depending on whether you're advanced or whether you're novice. And our process is very simple. We generally have a 3 to 4 step process depending on your situation. And it consists of 3 to 4 meetings.
Okay. All right. Well,
pretty simple.
It sounds simple to me. And believe me, this is not my specialty. So, you know, I'm learning right along with you. And as a matter of fact, if you're kind of like me and you want to learn more stuff, make sure you subscribe to this channel and see all of the different shows and the different topics that Jeff Jr. talks about on a weekly basis, because it really is not only fun, but it's very, very informative. And I think you're going to learn a lot. I know I do. So, and you know why?
Why?
You have a heart of a teacher. So, go to TrajanWealth.com. If you want to get a hold of one of Jeff's team members, call right here. The phone number right here listed on the screen. We sure appreciate you. Subscribe, share the show, and make sure you catch us next time. For Jeff Jr., I'm Rusty Humphries, and this is Build Your Wealth with Trajan Wealth featuring Jeff Jr.
Investment advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor.